White screens. All right, we here. It's just me now.
That's just Randy.
You know.
Now it's just me. Hey, we got this. Yeah, we go back and forth. I like this. Hey, you guys, we're having some technical difficulties. But we're here back on a Wednesday, Odin's Day.
Mark,
Hello, nerds. Welcome to
Mark
Geek
said
Beast.
no sound.
Oh, yes. Hey, you guys, we're having some technical
But no,
difficulties.
we got
Uh,
Sam.
Okay.
That was earlier. He said that earlier.
Okay.
Hello, nerds. Welcome to Geek Beast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and share our opinions, which you should carry as facts and tell all your friends, family, and neighbors, and tell them to watch our show. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy. Say what's up, Randy.
Yo, what's up, Geek Beast? Chuck, what are we talking about tonight?
First thing first. More shots are fired and more people are falling at the House of the Mouse.
Are they
Disney
supposed
just
to
laid
keep
off the
bringing
guy that brought us Marvel Entertainment and from what I gather, that may be a good thing. I'm not sure. So Pearl Mutter, Ike Perlmutter
Oh Lord.
helmed Marvel during its sale to Disney and later served as an executive chair during his 30-year tenure at Marvel. Perlmutter has been blamed for holding back the inclusion of women and people of color in the studio's films. In a set of leaked emails from 2014, Perlmutter argued that the past superhero movies with the female lead flopped, while a memoir from Disney CEO Bob Iger revealed that he had to get past Perlmutter's roadblocks when getting movies like Black Panther and Captain Marvel into production.
So, my thoughts on this? Get
Uh-huh.
his old decrepit ass up out of there. I have no problems. Like, I'm not in favor of layoffs or firings, right? But get
He
his
should have
old
fired
ass
that
up.
dude. He
Yeah,
shouldn't have laid him off. Should have
yeah.
fired him.
Well, they probably couldn't. Like I said, he was probably at Marvel during the sale to Disney, and he was probably
They
instrumental in
could.
facilitating that sale.
He helmed the Marvel. He was the reason Marvel was filling in the first damn place.
Right. So he probably the idea to buy it gave him a position on the board, right? The executive chairman or whatever. He probably doesn't do nothing but talk shit and just an old white man who's past his time. And I'm like, good riddance.
It was like, yeah, people of color don't sell movies,
Right.
even though Black Panther did so well, even
Right.
though Blade saved the whole damn company.
Saved the whole company.
The whole damn company. I
Was
don't get it, man. It
was the
doesn't make
first hit they ever had. Before the cinematic universe, right? When Marvel was struggling, it was Blade that saved it.
yeah. It's the thing that perked Disney's eye to say, oh, this may be interesting. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, you don't get him being racist.
Fuck that dude.
Yeah,
No,
listen.
but I don't get him on how he said that people of color and women don't sell films when the world is full of people of color
Women literally make up what 58% of the population
of the whole entire world.
on the top of the world. That's what I'm saying. 58%. There's not one country that probably has more men than women, and there might be. It's just not a lot. You know what I'm saying?
They do have this because they killed women off,
I'm,
like China.
I'm not laughing at that at all. But
No, I know you're
you know
not
what I'm
lying.
saying? Yeah.
But that's the way it happens. This is
But
ridiculous.
like, it's ridiculous. But
I'm mad at Bob Iger. Bob Iger came in here kicking ass. He's
he
like, yo,
probably wanted to fire him a while ago. He just couldn't, right?
couldn't.
Contractually and things like that. But yes, let that old man go. I mean, he got plenty, and I wouldn't care if he had any money. But yeah, let that old white man die, leave.
I mean, the contract couldn't been that long to be executive chairman. It couldn't have. I mean, you probably put him under 5 or 6 year contract. You got to give you 6 years in the position.
I would imagine because he was involved in the sale. He got a nice package, and part of the deal was that he would remain on the board or executive chairman in some sort of capacity. I
Yeah.
don't think he's making any
But
decision.
I don't think it's indefinite though. But the fact that he put up roadblocks for Kareem, who got let go too. Let's talk about Kareem got let go too. He was the chairman of Disney Plus.
Yeah, so
And maybe Pearl Mutter should have been the first one to be let go.
should have. I'm pretty sure when you fire somebody like him, though, you got to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Like Newt from the Ville in the chat said, this idiot tried to fire Kevin Feige.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black people don't go to movies, women don't go to movies. Like, come on, man. Like, get rid of this.
Not just black people. You talking about Asians, you're talking about Latinx people, you're talking about Indians, you're talking about a whole bunch of us.
China's like the second.
Polynesians, Pacific Island, other Pacific Islanders, Like
China
people
is the
don't go to
second
movies.
largest movie going market, like in the damn world, right? So that in itself, is stupid. And if minorities don't go, not minorities, but people of color, if they don't go see movies, why is every movie studio worried about their international sales? Because it can double what they do here in the States.
Absolutely, easily double what they do in the
I mean,
states.
that's one of the reasons they
China
talk about.
alone can double what they do in the states.
Right. Yeah, they even talk about it like certain stars do better overseas. So it's like, okay, we'll take a little bit less from here if you're going to do overseas because you can double to triple your margins and the people to see it. So those kind of statements are just
So
asinine.
currently, is speculated that Disney to go to Paul Mother, and they fold Marvel Entertainment into Marvel Studios.
Makes sense.
That's
Because it's
even
redundancy. Yeah, just for Marvel into Marvel.
yeah, it's so interesting. Only they're gonna have Marvel Studios banner, the title over top of Marvel, the Marvel Entertainment over top of Marvel Studios, and
I
Kevin,
imagine sooner or later when they can, they'll just incorporate it and the brand will just be Marvel Studios
or it just be Marvel.
or
But it's
Marvel.
not. It won't be just Marvel because it also covers consumer products. It also covers the comic books, the games, and everything like
And so
that.
that's what maybe it's Marvel Studio. Maybe it becomes Marvel, and whichever the brand is stronger. That's what happens when a lot of corporate mergers take place. Whichever the brand is
It can become
stronger.
Marvel.
Yeah.
That's Marvel.
Yep. Yep. So
That's
whichever
the brand
brand is
we
the
know. We
strongest.
don't know it as Marvel Studios. We don't know what that is. We know it as Marvel. When you see the actual intro title card, it's just Marvel.
And since Putterman or whatever his name is gone, it ain't gonna be nobody that's gonna be talking shit anymore. So yeah, it'll probably just come into one brand. That's
Yeah.
that's how I see it coming.
Okay. Little notice February vote by Walt Disney World's Reedy Creek Board completely circumvents authority of new DeSantis chosen overseers. Man, he's gonna lose presidency because of this.
Say that
This
like you said
law.
that like that's a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That just means we're gonna get Trump running as a Republican candidate.
Which I'm
This
all
board
for.
loses, for practical purposes, a majority of its ability to do anything beyond maintain the roads and maintain basic infrastructure. Boy, that's an expensive ass bill.
It is. Because Disney backed his was in opposition to his "Don't Say Gay" bill, which is the most ridiculous shit on the planet Earth.
Yes, yes. You're telling kids with gay parents, with same sex marriage parents,
Mhm.
that they can't talk about their parents in school. That
Mhm.
sounds stupid.
It's ridiculous.
That's fascism at its finest.
But he got it passed. And at first, it was just like elementary school. Not that that's good, but then they're talking about this shit in like high school. So you're telling high schoolers that they can't say this? This is crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So you're telling a gay student, high school student, that they can't talk about their sexuality while all the heterosexual couples can talk about whatever they want to talk about.
Well, Florida's so crazy, man. What was it? The Michelangelo picked a statue of David, like in an art class. A parent raised objections because David's naked in it,
Mhm.
and the principal ended up getting
Now,
fired.
in the hand of God, all those paintings you can't show. You can't show them no more.
This is crazy.
You can't show them no more.
Oh Lord.
And it's so funny. I saw a talk in the Florida like chambers. They said even Adam and Eve had clothes.
I thought that's why they got kicked out. Because
Randy,
God was like, "Yo, son,
why you
what?"
putting on clothes?
Yeah, he was like, "Who told you?" He was like, Adam was like, "Yo, God, I'm changing. I'm naked right now." And then God was like, "Yo, who told you that you was naked?"
Randy, thank you. It's
I
the
just thought it was in the Bible. I don't know, man. I don't know.
same people that thought that God wrote the Bible in English too.
Yeah, yeah. Cause who was it? It was George Dan Quayle was like, if English is good enough for God, then it's good enough for
That was
me.
Ted Cruz, I think.
No, this was before Ted Cruz.
I know Ted Cruz said something similar to it too.
Yeah, this is like Dan Quayle back in the day.
So yeah. So the Walt Disney World Resort maintained in a statement to Deadline, all agreements signed between Disney and the district were appropriate and were discussed and approved in open notice public forum in compliance with Florida's government's in the Sunshine Law. The declaration of restrictive covenants related to the Reedy Creek vote last month indicates the agreement is valid until 21 years after the death of the last survivor of the descendants of the King Charles III, King of England, according to the document. Oh man, this is the wildest thing ever.
I don't know, man. I don't
I
know.
mean, I mean, Reedy Creek actually was the we had to play political cards, was the Republican and libertarian dream.
Yeah.
Had a company maintaining the infrastructure and the needs of people that worked in its district while paying taxes
Yeah.
to the government
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. He literally did it because of a bill
of a bill.
that he didn't like.
That lets you know he's not fit to be president.
Well, I don't know
Not
if
fit to be
that's the
president.
only thing,
So
but you know what I'm saying?
that is a big red flag, even for that party. I mean,
Yeah.
if Donald Trump was a smart man, which he's not. He would even harp on that, but he's not going to.
Trump gonna harp on anything, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see Donald Trump with the presidency, but I'm looking forward to seeing him back on the campaign because that dude is crazy as hell, dog. He gonna put cases on all.
Ron DeSantimonious. Like, what the hell does that even mean?
Ron DeSantis, oh god. Oh,
Oh my God.
oh,
We can go on
man,
that.
imagine when he gets on DeSantis and Trump. Oh, this is gonna be hilarious.
Be a feud. It's gonna be a feud. Amazon to flag frequently returned products you maybe shouldn't buy. Amazon is starting to warn consumers when products sold on this platform are regularly shipped back for returns. Amazon's rolling out warning labels, frequently returned. Ooh, them sidearm sellers are going to be feeling it. You
Hmm.
know, oh man, I
Okay.
don't blame them because at the end of the day, Amazon has to pay for that shipping.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
they're like, you know what? People return your shitty ass products and we're paying for it.
Yep.
Nah, nah, we're not gonna do this. We're not
No.
gonna.
And let's face it, ain't
Um,
nobody's beating AWS or Amazon. It's not happening.
okay. So Barbie Call of Duty 4 and among 2023 Video Game Hall of Fame finalists. There's 12 finalists listed. Age of Empires, Angry Birds, Barbie Fashion Designer, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Computer Space, FIFA 23, GoldenEye 007, The Last of Us, NBA 2K, Quake, Wii Sports, and Wizardry. I think a couple of these titles they just threw in there. And
Is
Barbie Fashion Designer may be a highly sought after title because it sold very, very well with the girl crowd.
okay.
But
I was gonna ask you, was it a good game?
I don't think it was a good game. It sold very well. It sold very well. However, Age of Empire, Angry Birds, Call of Duty, Warfare 4, GoldenEye, The Last of Us, and Wii Sports, and Quake, I can see all having a seat in
Yeah.
the.
Is there a limit to the number of games that can be inducted during a cycle?
No, no,
So
no.
it's potentially that all of them could get in.
Yeah, all of them can get in.
Okay. I'm just curious.
All of them potentially can get in. So that'll be something interesting to see. Each of the games listed were judged by criteria. So they've been voted on. So they're all gonna get in.
Okay.
Games such as The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Bejeweled, and John Madden Football have been inducted in previous years, which makes total sense.
What
I'm
is
shocked that Quake is just now getting in. And Wii Sports, really. Wii Sports sold a whole console.
uh where is the Hall of Fame for gaming?
That is a good question, Johnny Randolph.
I'm just
In the
curious.
minds of people.
Like I know Canton is for,
That's a good question.
I'm
Maybe
just
on the internet.
curious.
You know, I'm sure the funk probably knows where it's located.
And who makes those? Who votes on it? Who gets a vote? Like you don't get a vote. Does the industry people get a vote, or like is the
I've
writers?
never gotten a voice,
Okay.
so I never voted.
Okay.
The National Museum of Play, the Strong. So the Strong Museum, that's where it's held at.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So let me tell you where it's located. Man.
Defunct said Rochester, New York.
Rochester, New York. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's in there, Funk man. You got it. All right,
The
Rochester.
Museum of Library Services and New York State Council on the Arts. I think I went to the National Museum of Play. They had Indiecade there at the National Museum of Play.
Hmm.
They didn't call it the
So
Strong.
it looks like the finalists are put out by a committee, and then you can vote. The public can vote on the finalists.
Oh, okay.
On the
Yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah. So it says as of today, March 15th, voting is open to the public. Voters can write in which of the 12 games they believe deserves to be in the Video Game Hall of Fame until March 22nd. Oh, it says actually passed.
The
So
final will be revealed on Thursday, May the 4th.
Yeah.
okay, which makes sense. You try to get some May the 4th coverage.
Yeah, some of these are like, some of these are no brainers, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, these are all like
They-
seriously,
I think all of
seriously
them.
worthy of. Yeah, they're worthy of the Hall of Fame for sure. I'm just not familiar with wizardry, but like, yeah, I think definitely like, Quake alone is like so.
I'm surprised it's not there already.
Yeah,
Wait,
instrumental in like every
I wonder, like,
every
what's the
game.
criteria?
Shooter.
Mhm.
Like, does it have to be so many years after it was first released? Like, I wonder what the criteria is. Because I'm thinking about it in terms of sports. Like in sports, you have to be so many years after you retire. It's the writers they vote on it. Those types of
It
things.
says here each of the games listed was judged by criteria such as longevity, icon status, being recognized, widely remembered, and influence. How future games or other forms of entertainment have affected by their existence. So, like in the case of Quake, like every first-person shooter game in existence owes its existence to Quake. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, you're right, Chuck. Like, why is it been in there yet? Quake should have been in there a long time ago.
You know what is going on in Call of Duty, Rodney and Randy?
What's that?
Ninja Turtles are going to Call of Duty, baby. Oh, I'm about to download it and play it for some Ninja Turtle action.
Ninja Turtles is getting real popular here. Yesterday we did the story on it. The Ronin. It's going to be a video game. Yeah. So
Why they getting a crossover into Activision's
Activision, they got a new series that's coming out, like a prequel series. So yeah.
when they're young turtles, when they're younger, when they're real teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really
Black
excited.
April. We got a Black April in this new game that's coming out.
Turn back to black.
Oh, April was originally black?
It was originally black. She was mixed.
I did not know that.
Yeah. April was originally black. Yeah. So they put her back to normal.
I'm good.
I had to get into it with the white supremacist Reddit that I follow. I had to go at them and just throw them pictures and like, look,
That's dope. I like it.
They
Like, we've
tried
already
to tell me
talked
rap music didn't come from black people, rap music or R&B. And I was like, y'all don't even believe that. Y'all can't even believe that.
Yeah, at that point,
I said, y'all probably believe country music didn't come from y'all. Come on, stop playing. Stop.
Yeah, I'm with Newbie. People are just going to hate and troll because ignorance is blessed. And that's it.
It is. Jesus was a Spaniard. Speaking of treasures and whatnot, Jesus, Indiana Jones returns to Lego in a brand new Raiders of the Lost Ark set. Oh, I'm so getting it. Lego keeps taking my money. Me and Lego going to start fighting.
I start dating.
We're gonna start dating. We're gonna get married. As much money as I'm spending on Lego, we're gonna get married. Something's gonna happen. You gotta start planning a family together.
Yeah, yeah. So we probably need to do crosstalk.
Oh yeah, we're going to crosstalk. I just want to get that Lego story in there because I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, it was a good way to end the show. You know, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark was one of my favorite movies growing up.
Mine too.
Yeah, and
you gone back and watch any of the Indiana Jones movies?
So why would I ruin myself that way?
Well, that's the reason I'm at. I wonder, do they stand up?
I don't think they probably do. You know, I'm one to kill nostalgia. I am the killer of nostalgia.
I bathe in nostalgia. I love nostalgia. I love nostalgia.
I know you do. You be like, great movie. I saw you have watched it.
I don't care about the plot holes. I don't care about the special effects. I love nostalgia.
I know. Yeah. You go back until you watch these movies like that was bad.
Nah, when I go back, I'll be like, yeah, man. I know it was bad.
Or it was cocaine.
Yeah, I love it. So yeah. You would never tell me nostalgia, something that's old, nostalgic. I'm be like, nah, it's bad now. Like, nah, it's great.
Okay, well, since we have Rakai and we have Andy here, what do you feel about nostalgia?
I mean, I love nostalgia, but not just to throw something at me for nostalgia's sake. I mean, I feel like when they do that, we get the first Transformers movie where we're happy that it was made because we love nostalgia. But then really, when you go back and analyze it, like, wow, that was true. Michael
about that.
Just blew up on stuff.
Yeah.
What's your take, Andy, on nostalgia?
It's interesting because it seems inevitable, right? Because when I look back to my youth in the mid 80s and all of the 50s based content from Happy Days to Back to the Future, it was like, yeah, that was a 30-year cycle. And now, and of course, then they made Transformers 30 years after 1984, and they came for us, and they made crappy G.I. Joe movies and all that. And now, 30 years after my niece was watching Power Rangers, they got a Power Rangers reunion movie. So, I mean, they come for all of us. I mean, it is the market trying to react to how we want to share the lore with our kids, right? I mean, that's ultimately what it's trying to find a commerce way of, how I tell Grendel to the next generation or something like that, right?
Yeah. But we have good stuff that's not nostalgic, but old properties like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They just so happen to reinvent themselves so well every time. The Turtles,
but that's still nostalgia, right? That's still trying to build off of an existing,
Yeah. The only thing though I think about is I like watching the old stuff and seeing it as it is when I watched it. I don't necessarily need the new adaptations, right? Like Rakai, like I never did Transformers. Like I still don't like Michael Bay because of Transformers. So, like I don't need that. I just like watching old stuff, and even though it wasn't good, maybe right by today's standards, I still like get lost in it, and I enjoy it for what it was, not necessarily what it is now. And that's how I kind of view it.
That's how I feel about old camp movies. Like I just watched Animal House the other day on Netflix, and I'm like, wow, I used to love this movie. I kind of want to find Porky somewhere.
Oh my Lord!
I saw Blazing Saddles when HBO Max had it in the raw version of it. Oh my God.
And like you mentioned Happy Days, I still watch it and laugh. It's cheesy as hell. I still watch Happy Days and laugh.
Okay, so like talking about nostalgia is like I used to love, I still love History of the World Part 1. Now that they've tried to reintroduce it with the History of the World Part 2, even with a lot of the, great ensemble of comedic actors and people that they've put in, I can't get into it. It's
really?
just I can't. I tried and
it's not
just
good.
A lot of the jokes and stuff fall flat, and I think it's just
that's too bad
that we're in. I think it's
yeah.
You can't really you can't pull off anything that was in History of the World Part 1. You can't pull that off today. I mean, that's like Eddie Murphy trying to do Raw or Delirious today. Yeah,
Well, Blazing Saddles, as Chuck talked about, ain't no way that's getting made.
Well, here's the thing I think that is interesting about Blazing Saddles, though, is that it is still so very obviously a product of its time, and
yeah,
I don't know. I still think because it is so obviously of the 70s, like you can't help but take it in the context of its time. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there are kids now who would watch it and go, "Whoa, this is uncalled for." But I mean, so much of that humor was about, okay, we just lived through the civil rights movement. Can we laugh about some of this now? Oh my God, this has been so stressful, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and to a certain degree, like I don't know, maybe now or in the next 5 or 10 years, like we're gonna hit that same point where like, can we laugh about this? Because
I feel like
we're already there
Richard
already
in
there.
a room with some cocaine, and this is
We're gonna put Dave Chappelle in the room with some cocaine.
right. Dave Chappelle in the room with some
Dave.
cocaine, and then it's
Put
coming
Richard
out, and that's what we got.
But we're already there, and we don't even have to go back that far. I mean, look at the outrage it's been over people about Tropic Thunder and Robert Downey Jr.'s part. I mean, that
that's
movie,
true.
And that was making a mockery
Right.
of blackface.
Of Hollywood,
Right.
Of Hollywood that won't go get a black person, instead would dress a white person up.
Person up, right.
I'm
Well,
dude acting as another dude.
But again, that speaks to the media taking a position, taking a hard stance on something without actually having watched the content.
Well, it's also the difficult thing of it's also the difficult thing of where we are culturally right now, right? Where everyone has immediate access to streaming or YouTube to see anything. And as opposed to, we would tune into TV Land or we would tune into not prime time to watch reruns, it's like everyone is experiencing whatever media that is in the now, in the present tense. So it's like you don't have that safety of, oh, I'm watching a rerun. I'm watching Ricky Ricardo and Lucy, and clearly it's in black and white, or The Honeymooners, and when he says "power right in the kisser," it's like, oh, okay, well that was 1930, whatever, right? Clearly it's black and white, but
Yep.
Chuck, tell everybody what we're doing next, man.
We're about to have binge worthy. You all tune back in. We'll be back live again at about 8:10 Pacific Standard Time. That is 11:10 Eastern Standard Time. And anytime in between, you can do the math yourself.
And what we're watching? What are we watching? What are we watching? Before they know.
Star Wars: The Bad Batch. So we are going to review it, and we brought Andy in from Pod Squadron to help us review The Bad Batch. So y'all tune in. This is going to be a very interesting conversation. Talk with you soon. Peace.